Good morning, everybody. September 2nd, 2021, Thursday morning. Please stop in at perfectstormtrading.com. Enter your name and email in the pop-up box for a chance to win the Perfect Storm Trading Book and Indicator package. Today, let's take a look at Cosmodyne. We haven't looked at that for a while. Let's pick it up from the overnight and see what the roadmap looks like for today. So I'm going to pick this up from where the market started to move. We had really low volatility overnight from, let's just say from like 2142 last night till about 2:30 this morning. Right about 2:30, if we pick that up here, we have a low point on the inverted blue line, and that was the best place to pick this up from to follow, where we had volatility start to pick up again. So let's concentrate on the blue line for now. The dark blue line is the main plot. The light blue line above it is the inverted plot. So as you can see from that 230 area, the time down here 228, I've got it marked on the chart here at 230. It's where the breakout point was, that swing up started. We seem to be tracking the blue line early, so we're on the inverted line. That inverted line goes up and peaks at about 340, and that actually made a nice run up, and then we had a little corrective move back into that time frame. So since that made a low at the end of that frame instead of a high, we can have a potential inversion there, which we did. So what we're going to do here then, we're going to switch back to the main plot then around 345, 350 area. So this is the point of inversion. We were following the inverted blue line up, and now we invert, and now we switch back to the main line, and that trend continues up, and I mark that as an inverted plot, and that goes to about 450. And when we get to that 450 area right here, where the two blue lines come together, we get this sideways chop. So we're going to be in the sideways chop mode until we get to here around 630, which is where the lines come together and touch. And we're coming to that point in time now. So if we continue to track the upper blue line, which is the one I've plotted forward, so I've taken the main plots and I've drawn the red trend lines on the price chart to show the expectation. So now we're sideways. If we follow the inverted Cosmodyne line, we're going to trade up to about 730 here, which I have the 730 line plotted. Then we have another sideways action till about 9:15 or so here. Then that starts to move up again, and then I've plotted the key points out going forward up until the last trigger point, which is a downward push at 221, which is this peak right here. And from there we've got downside pressure. So we'll see how this ends up playing out. You can't really make the whole day prediction off of this. Some days it'll follow one plot or follow the main line all the way through. Some days it'll have one, maybe two inversions. Some day it'll invert back and forth. But the points of inversion are, the inversions can come where the market makes a peak or valley. It could invert to the next swing. Where the points cross, if you look at the orange line has some cross points today, like right here at the 432 area, where the orange lines cross is a point of a potential inversion. So you want to look for inversions there. Or when the price comes in to a Cosmodyne peak or valley, when the price comes in low and the blue line peak is a high, like what we looked at, then that becomes an inversion point, which was this point here. We were expecting a high, but the market made a swing up, corrected into a low. That points to a likely inversion where that whole swing length then is going to invert, and it's going to go up instead of down. So at that point here, instead of trading down, we actually invert back to the blue line and we trade up before we hit this sideways choppy area. So this is the pattern here. We're going to go from like 630 area, which we're approaching now. We're going to start to trade up. Then we hit that other big chop period till about 9:15. Then we push up till about 10:46, 10:47. Then we've got a downswing till 1:02 in the afternoon, and then we push up till about the 2:24 area, and then we've got some downward pressure from there. So that's kind of how you got to read the Cosmodyne. It takes a little bit of practice to get used to it, but we'll come in here periodically and review that. So kind of watch the first few moves this morning and see how that plays out. You can kind of follow along and map that out. So that's it for today. We'll be back again with another video tomorrow. So we will see you on Friday.